We aren't going to take this long this time with stories in between. We're sorry, guys.
Yeah, sorry about that. That
okay.
was a thing that
Now,
happened.
we do like telling stories and everything, and whenever we get time to do a podcast and everything, we will tell all the stories galore and everything. But,
man.
And we'll try and keep the interludes between each episode short. So, Rooster Teeth Animated Adventures, episodes 61 through 65.
Yep.
Now, all right. The first one we're going to look at is Gavin's Gong.
Ooh.
Okay. Gavin's knob, as he likes to point it out every now and again. It's like, what? No. What are you guys talking about? No, don't do that. No.
Gets hit in the balls with a frozen egg.
Yeah.
It's just
it freaking hurts.
Someone laid an egg on him.
Yeah, we got a guy laying here. There's a swollen balls and a baby chicken running around. Sounds like chicken came along, beat his ass, and then laid an egg on him as an insult. Case closed.
Yep.
So, Gavin's knob has been the subject of several videos. Well, it's a sub-subject in some videos. And the fact that he's dating Meg Turney of all people, it's just like, huh? Maybe people should talk about it more on the internet. No, there's enough people who do that already.
Yeah.
But hey, if you're British and you talk about yours, maybe you could bag a Meg Turney. Or better.
Anyway.
So, we got Gavin's Gong Dong here.
All right.
Dong Gong.
Yep.
Gong Dong Gong.
Also known as Bernie's Revenge.
Here we go.
Oh, there it is.
For the first time. He was mad at me.
How? I kicked him in the butthole. What did you do to make him mad?
Oh.
I took it up a notch.
Uh-oh.
We're doing a signing in Australia.
Oh, shit. Hold on. Sorry.
Wait.
I'll edit this part out.
Yeah.
I'll edit this part out.
Okay, take it back.
I got it.
Just take it back.
Take it back. All right, and here we go.
Yep.
All right, Gavin's Dong Gong.
Mm-hmm.
Actually made Gavin mad for the first time. He was mad at me.
How? I kicked him in the butthole. What did you do to make him mad?
I took it up a notch. So we were doing a signing in Australia, and we need to go to the bathroom. And in Australia, the urinal is you stand on like a platform and you pee against a metal sheet that's on the wall. Gavin went to the end, and I went into one of the stalls. I came out of the stall, Gavin's still going, so I walked up and kicked him in the butt.
Oh, no.
And the way Gavin describes it, here's the metal sheet, and my knob touched it. And he described it as like a soft gonging noise that it makes. And he was furious. Oh my God. He was so mad. And Gavin mad is like, you can see the wheel turning in his head, the one beard that he has. When we got back to the booth, we always have hand sanitizer around, so I said, just go scrub it in.
Oh.
And I think he did it, and that didn't make him any happier after he did that.
That's fucking disgusting.
Ooh. Ooh.
Oh, Gavin, mad salty.
Mm.
Oh, God.
You mad, bro?
Okay, so
Yeah.
I've never had that happen.
Yeah, thankfully no.
Like someone like kicking me in the butt while I'm in the bathroom and everything. Closest oh God, I don't know if I should tell this.
Don't. Just some things need to remain.
It wasn't
a mystery.
anything involving me. I didn't do it.
Okay.
Someone else did. Me and a couple friends went out for a barbecue, and at this park they had these grill stands.
Oh yeah,
like community grill stands. You come
Yeah, I
there,
know the
you bring
ones.
your own charcoal. You
Yeah.
light it up. You can cook and grill out there.
Have those
I like
campgrounds all over the place.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I love those. Anyway, we finished eating and everything. We had hot dogs and we had hamburgers. You made your own and everything, and you put them on there and cooked them up. They're really good.
Standard picnic fare.
Yeah, liked it a lot. Someone had the bright idea. It's like, the fire won't go out, so how do we put it out?
No.
They stood up on the bench.
No.
And they whizzed all in it, and it caused like a plume of smoke to come up.
Yep.
And it cleared the whole picnic table. There was like eight of us there, and the wind blew the plume in our direction. We were so friggin' pissed.
I was gonna say, were you pissed off?
And in some ways felt like had been pissed on.
And now,
Because
oh good
freaking
Lord,
die. I swear to God, if my buddy wouldn't have been there to hold me back, I'd have probably knocked his lights out because he was laughing about it. He was on the other side of the grill cackling, laughing.
Oh, of course, as you do.
The other side of the damn park.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, "Are you serious?" And I was just like, "Man, we're out here having a good time, and you go and mess it up like that? What is wrong with you?"
Nate, I made a mistake. I looked directly at the bugs. Well, that's new. Goodbye. Well, whoop. Scared him. Sorry.
You scared him into. Okay, we got a bug problem down here. He's a big old bug.
Yep.
He's a big old. Looks like a giant sprinkle.
Hold on, I got this.
Okay.
I'm not gonna dump the water on it.
Please don't. Yep. This floor can't take the water. Keep an eye on it. Interlude. Yeah, I'll just deal with that later. Oh, you scared him into... Just put a glass over top of it. It's like dealing with a spider, almost.
It's just... And we're back.
Yeah, we're back now. Sorry about that. All right, so...
Well, we didn't glass the planet, but...
no,
he's taken care of.
Yeah, he's...
He's
going around the rim of it like crazy. Like, how do I get out of this chicken shit outfit?
I'll deal with you later.
Yeah. So
anyway,
all right.
Next up.
That whole thing. So next we move on to drunk in the city.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna tell a drunk story from New York. I think I was at a bar with Bernie, Jeff, and Kathleen, and we stayed till 4 a.m.
terrifying.
We walked out of the bar. And there was a dude who had been drinking in the bar who was wearing like the camo jacket and camo pants.
How did you see
kind of,
him?
Bobbing and weaving on the corner, like not able to stand up straight. And then all of a sudden he loses his balance and falls face forward into a bumper of a car that's parked on the street. And he's just like passed out in the gutter. And just when I lost him, we just fucking started laughing like oh my god, the guy hit the bumper and he fell in the gutter. So then Bernie and Kathleen decided they wanted to be good Samaritans. So they're like, "Oh, are you okay?" They're like in the gutter with him. And he kind of like stirs. He's like, and they're like, "We're gonna put you in a cab." He's like trying to weave down cabs. One cab kind of slows down and looks at the guy and goes, "Where are you going?" The guy goes, "Do you know how to get to Queens?" And the cab just takes off. And then Kathleen's like, "Here, let me do this." So she steps out into the street and she just puts her arm out. And I'm not kidding. A fucking limousine pulls over, looks at her and goes, "Where are you going?" She goes, "Take him to Queens." The limo driver looks at the guy and goes, "Okay, throw him in the back." So
throw him in the back.
Again. We're like, "This guy's in a fucking limo now. What next? Is a helicopter gonna come and fucking pick up the limousine?" The next morning, did the dude like come to and it's like, "Was I in a limo?" Like, I wonder if he even made it home. Like, maybe his organs got harvested for all we know.
You never know.
Ooh. Mm.
Okay. So I've had instances where I've been a little bit sauced, but never like drunk where I passed out and like knocked myself unconscious on a car bumper. Worst I've ever been drunk was my 21st birthday, actually. Everyone bought me shots. They were so nice. So they bought me Jaeger and tequila, and I was gonna say, altogether, someone counted up the tally. I did 23 shots in 2 hours. I was gone. I didn't have a concussion. I didn't have anything, and I didn't really eat that much that night either. And
that was not the best decision.
No, here's the thing. I wake up the next morning, no hangover. Not a hangover. I swear to God. I wake up and it's just like I'm still feeling like the reeling effects, just like
and you're just like, what is
it's
what?
like, there's still some alcohol in my system a little bit, and I'm just like, I had 23 shots. I mean, it's going to be a full 24 hours before it's completely gone.
I mean, yeah.
So I slept like 8 or 9 hours and I woke up and I'm like, whew. Wow. All right. So I go upstairs and I eat breakfast, and it's just like, all right.
And it's just like, well, that was
a normal day.
Evening that happened.
Yeah, and I was gonna say that's the best. I mean, honestly, good alcohol tolerance on my end, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I had like 2 chicken strips at Applebee's, and then all of a sudden the drinks just started coming in, and that was it.
All of this was at an Applebee's.
No, we went bar hopping. It was
okay.
An Applebee's, and then Reno's Roadhouse, and then a bar downtown called the Whale's Bone.
Oh, you've mentioned this place a couple times.
Yeah, this was before we got kicked out. It's before we got kicked out for playing punk music in a country bar.
But that's another story for another time.
So
next episode is
let's see. Oh,
Michael gets locked out.
I have had this happen to me. I've been locked out of my own house. As a matter of fact, I've been locked out of my own house wearing nothing but like really short basketball shorts and pretty much they call it a guinea t-shirt, but it's just like a real tight tank top.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't look very good in tank tops. I went up knocking on, and I locked my cell phone in my house too, so I couldn't call anybody. I walk around. A bunch of the people in the cul-de-sac that we live on, they're dicks. I'm just gonna put that out there. They're dicks because I knocked on, I think, like 6 people's doors.
Mm-hmm.
5 of them came up to the door. I asked to use their phone. They're like, no, I'm sorry. Can you leave our property now? And I'm just like, I'm locked out of my house. You've seen me around here. I've lived here for more than 2 years. What's the problem? And they're like, yeah, I'm sorry. Please, can you leave? And I'm just like, this is insane. And then I come across a guy who's actually working on his car in his driveway, and I'm like, hey man, can I borrow your phone real quick? I got locked out of my house. And he's like, all right. And
you're like, yeah, okay.
But it was pretty much halfway when we were out of here.
Wow.
You know that turn that you take that you come into the one part? I was already past that.
Good Lord.
I was in the curve near the beginning of the whole thing.
Oh wow. Yeah, you went a ways.
Yes. Just to freaking get someone to loan me their phone. Oh my gosh. And I wasn't going to break a window and get in the house. I wasn't going to pay for that.
Yeah.
No. So instead, I called up somebody. I waited about a good 15, 20 minutes. Someone showed up with a spare key, and I was good.
And there you go.
Yeah. So
but
I don't think this happened with Michael.
No.
So let's see what happens.
So I went swimming with Michael and Lindsay at their apartment. We'd been in there for hours. We all get out. Lindsay walks back like 2 minutes in front of us, and I'm walking back with Michael. The 2-minute head start that Lindsay had, she'd gone into the house, locked the door, and passed out. Michael was wailing on the door. He was going, Lindsay! She just would not wake up. And then at some point, he walked down the side of the apartment to try and find the piece of wall that was closest to the bedroom. He was like smacking on that.
He said some lady came outside and was like, excuse me, can you stop trying to destroy the walls? And he was like, I'm trying to get in my own apartment!
Michael eventually, after bouncing off the door a couple of times, you called the locksmith.
Kara showed up to pick up Gavin, and then the locksmith pulls up behind her, and he's just like doing his thing, trying to pick the lock, and Kara's like, she asked him his name, and his name was Davis, but she's like, come on, Davis, you can do it. I'm like, Kara,
wow, that's not helping.
Right? Like, I'm sure the guy can do it. Then Kara started actually cheering. She's like, give me a D.
And then at some point, she starts wailing on the door as well.
Yeah, while he's picking it, while he's trying
and
to pick it, she goes, my voice is higher pitch, so she'll probably hear me.
But we've already got the locksmith there. We don't need you to yell anymore. And Lindsay did not hear any of it, right?
No. I fucking walk in, she's like, oh, what happened? What's going on? Yeah, I'm not just fucking hanging out outside, don't mind me.
At least you made it in. I'm sorry.
Bye, Michael.
Shut up. Bye, Michael.
So there's not a whole lot to this story, but in the days before cell phones, I was out with my mother and my grandmother. I was much younger at the time.
Yeah.
And keys may have gotten locked in a vehicle with the vehicle running. That was a fun evening.
Oh.
Because cell phones were not a common thing
then.
No,
they were not.
And it's like, oh, well, I guess we're going to have to walk into this store and see if somebody will let us use a phone. And, somebody's going to have to come from halfway across town in order to give us the spare keys to this car. Yeah.
No, that's not good.
It didn't go well.
Jesus. Okay.
That was a fun time. we were blocking a loading lane too. That was
Was there profanity slung at you?
Oh no.
Really?
No. Not a bit. I mean, it wasn't my fault. I wasn't the one driving. I was like 9.
No. Was there? I was just like,
oh
people,
no,
like mad that that it happened.
No,
or?
Thankfully this was fairly late in the evening.
Oh, thank goodness.
But
okay.
that also meant that the store was going to close in like half an hour. So
okay.
Anyway,
all right.
Yeah,
so
that was a thing. That
moving
happened.
on, we have We have Bernie tales.
Oh no,
Bernie. Oh Bernie.
Oh,
what hast thou wrought?
Bernie.
Here we go.
I have something I'm really embarrassed to admit about television. And that is for too long,
Oh,
I thought that
no.
when you turned off TV, it stopped. You're a fucking idiot. And for years, I was so mad at my brother because I was like, when did you turn on the TV? He's like, what are you talking about? I said, it was, whatever was on TV, Super Friends, and I shut it off. I know, because Superman was talking to Wonder Woman. And Mom had me go do something, and I shut it off, so you must have turned the TV because you're a fucking fool.
Hey, it just feels like it's illegal to throw out a box of porn this big.
There was one time when I didn't realize that I was having a panic attack. So I went to the hospital and they gave me a potassium pill. And I said, potassium high, can I eat a bunch of bananas? She goes, no, it's a little bit more than just eating a banana. You have to be careful with potassium. I said, why is that? She says, because if you take too much, it can stop your heart. As if that's not bad enough. Then I had just swallowed the thing and I go, well, how do you know how much is too much? She goes, oh, no, it's regulated doses. She goes, that's the kind of thing like potassium, the thing you just took. Whenever you hear about a nurse killing a patient, that's what they give them. And she fucking walks out of the room.
Oh,
no! Like, as soon as she turned around, she got that fucking hugest grin. That's probably the best part of her job.
Okay.
And I've never had a
I
thought I was having a brain hemorrhage.
I have a friend who is a nurse, and I hope she never does that to anyone. Because, oh dear.
Okay. All right, so I'll tell you all this. I have a problem with my throat. Part of my esophagus did not develop properly, and I have a part of my esophagus that normal esophagus like this. Part of my esophagus shrinks to about this size, and thus drinking I have to have a beverage with me every time I eat, and I have to eat really slow. And
makes sense. I mean, there's a small constriction there. Yeah.
And whenever the food gets, whenever I start eating, whenever I'm take my first bite, that's the hardest. The first few bites are always the hardest to get past. But once it gets past them, it's cake after.
Yeah. And maybe actually cake before that too, but
probably
different meaning.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Sorry.
I
had a problem one time. I ate a piece of steak. And I just started eating, and it got stuck. When you take a drink of something, and it's supposed to go down smooth, instead,
and it doesn't.
It was carbonated beverage too, so it just stayed right here, and it was just like, oh no, and it just came back up. Every bit that I drank was blocked by that part right there, and it came back up, and I spent like the next hour or so like trying to get to go down or trying to spit it back up. Nothing. So we went to the hospital. They give me a shot to pretty much get me prepped to be put under. And I lay down, and I'm laying down, and I'm in that room by myself. My mom, she's waiting out in the waiting room and everything. And she was like keeping contact with everybody, and I was laying there. And as I was laying there, they said, I heard someone say, it's like, what's wrong with this kid? It's like, something's wrong with his throat. It's just like, you figure as big as he is. And it's just like they thought that I was out.
Oh,
but I could hear everything they were saying.
Cool.
And it's just like, you figure as big as he is, he wouldn't have a problem with his throat. I mean, honestly, he's a pretty big guy. And I'm like,
please tell me you were conscious enough to flip them the bird.
And no, I did something. I did this. I was like laying there, and then all of a sudden they stopped talking, and one of them comes up behind me, and I'm just like, yeah, excuse me, can you? And I just started talking to him normally,
and they're just like,
one of them was just like, I asked, I was like, can I get another pillow for my head? I'm having trouble. Like my neck's creaking up a bit, and they're like, and she's like, sure, yes, and she goes and gets me another pillow, and I prop my head, and I'm just like,
jerks.
I just smiled because I knew I'd caught them,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't. I don't care. I mean, people can say whatever the hell they want about me. I got thick skin. Literally, I got thick. When they were putting the IV in me, the woman was just like, "Wow, it was like your skin's like really thick," and I'm like, I don't know whether to take that as a compliment or what.
Yeah.
But anyway, they went in and they cleared the blockage and everything. And they did a small inflate, like they do whenever people's esophagus collapse. They put like a balloon in there, and they stretch it. They did that, but they said they didn't do a full inflate because they didn't think it was that badly affected. It's still there and it still sucks. And I'm just like, I need to go back to the hospital and get it worked on again.
Yeah.
All right. So
anyway,
this is our last one. Gavin has brain problems.
Ah, yes.
Good old Gavin, always providing entertainment for everyone.
Oh,
Here we go.
I had that once, and I'd never had a migraine. I thought I was having a brain hemorrhage and was about to die because I was just typing. In the middle of a sentence, I forgot how to read and write. And I was just like... And I was trying to read what I'd just written, and I couldn't focus. I was just seeing letters, and they weren't...
You had a stroke.
But I was just like... I could see all the letters, but I just couldn't make them into the sounds of words. And then I couldn't remember the name of the slow-mo guys. I couldn't remember it. And I was trying to read it. I was like, I don't know how to say this. And then I tried to test myself spelling something. So for some reason, I thought of the word chum. So I tried to type the word chum, and I ended up just passing out. And then when I woke up, I'd written the word jums. And that's why...
You had a stroke.
It sounds like a stroke to me.
I mean...
I had a similar thing where I lost my vision. I just went from stood up to on the back of my head.
Yeah.
My vision just blurred into one big colour. And apparently then I sat down in a puddle and just was looking around. And basically I went blind for 3 days. Because all the vision is on the back of the brain, so I just bruised it, apparently.
Jesus
Christ.
That's fucked up.
Self-destruct function.
I remember being in bed thinking... I'm going to throw up so bad because I was concussed. I remember crawling on my hands and knees because I knew where my toilet was. So I crawled into the toilet, threw up and crawled back. And my dad came in and he was like, you just threw up on the top of the toilet.
I gotta say, what a caring father. You're gonna clean that up, Gavin.
Did he tape a sponge to one hand and clean it to the other and make you go crawl back over there and clean that up?
I don't think Gavin's dad's that cruel.
No.
Okay.
Kite flying with my
Papa
kids.
Free, I don't think is that cool.
Man,
okay,
that
so,
okay.
Kite flying with
I have migraines, and I mean, I put up with them because it's a side effect of medication that basically lets me be a functional human being.
All right.
Most of the time, which is a lot better than I used to be.
Okay. Well, I was going to say, have you thought about attempting to use cannabinoid oil?
No.
Why not?
Well, the thing is, the migraines are just that's a small price to pay. Like my depression was that bad.
Well,
to where it's like
I was going to say some depression medications have come out, especially where cannabinoid oil has been legalized. That it's actually helped as much, and it doesn't have nearly as many side effects.
Well, I don't know. I'm just worried about. It took me 7 or 8 tries to actually get medication that worked. So I'm worried about,
Well, the one that works. Well, the one that works.
Yeah, but honestly, if I'm worried about it, and I can't really help it. It's just one of those things.
All right.
But thankfully, I've never had a migraine so bad that I haven't been able to see.
Well, from what I heard, someone said someone in the comments section I saw one time wrote he said it was like symptoms of what is called a reverse migraine.
That's interesting.
And a reverse migraine has the same effects as a stroke. It actually sneaks up. It's actually like it gets progressively worse and worse, and then eventually it causes you to just pass out. And you wake up in your head, and it's pretty much you pretty much have the symptoms of a migraine after. That's weird. I saw that in the comments, and I'm like, I wonder if that's true. And I typed in, and I saw reverse migraines are a real thing, and it's just like, okay, that's interesting. So
I mean,
worst head pain I've ever had was when I was a kid. Me and my parents, we used to live way out in the sticks. I mean, honestly, we didn't have internet until I didn't experience the internet for the first time until I was like 10, 11 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like basic dial-up. But way back in the woods, we barely had TV signal. So anyway, I was back there, and I had a migraine, like really bad migraine, and it just snuck up out of nowhere.
Yep.
And I remember the whole time I was having it. I was crying and everything, and we didn't have any Tylenol or anything.
And the worst part is the migraine makes you a little bit sound sensitive, so the crying makes it worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember my grandfather, who's paralyzed from the waist down, who was paralyzed from the waist down, drove me and my sister to the closest gas station that had it. And it was like 10, 15 minutes away.
Mm-hmm.
And we drove there. We get it, and then I take the medicine. I lay down, and I wake up, and I felt like someone had just pressed the release valve in the back of my head.
Yep.
And it was just like, oh my gosh, so much better.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
What's the worst is if I don't eat late enough.
Yeah.
One of the things that'll really trigger it is like a lowered blood sugar.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like I'm diabetic, but if I haven't eaten for a long period of time, migraine.
Yeah.
And so if I don't eat late enough, I will wake up with migraines, and it is the worst thing you can imagine, because you wake up and go, why did I wake up? Why?
Yeah.
Just kill me. Just put me down.
No,
I'm done. I can't deal with this.
Okay.
It's awful.
All right, everyone. So, that was Rooster Teeth Animated Adventures 61 through 65.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Really interesting, really cool. I like
Oh, yeah.
I like a lot that happened in those. I mean, it reminds me of some of the stuff that's happened to me.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you like what you saw here, check out Rooster Teeth down in the description below. You will see all the links to the original videos.
Mm-hmm.
So check out Rooster Teeth. Check out their content. They're awesome. They really have not made a wrong turn as far as I've seen in terms of shows and everything.
Yep.
Well, I guess that's gonna do it for now. So until next time, Internet, leave a comment below if there's anything else you want us to watch. Leave a like if you like the video, and don't forget to subscribe. So until next time, we'll see you later. Peace out.